It's Afro Economics Live. I'm JB Bryan of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of Afro Economics, a strategic financial management program designed for the advancement of Black wealth in America and abroad everywhere. Yes, indeed. Thank you for sharing your Wednesday night with me. This night, I want us to talk about saving some money while we have fun. That vacation. That vacation. Vacations are extremely popular. They're so popular with everybody that I know, love, and serve. It's amazing. That over my long 30 years, going into 30 plus years in financial services, and then look, started my firm in 1995. So I have been serving you in financial services a long time. And let me tell you that everybody takes vacations. And it's amazing to me that I grew up in a family that's just not into vacations like that. And I don't know, how it came about where I had this family that's just not into vacations. And I don't know how that happened with I think it's all of a sudden, like, when I let that in, I think that's Michael's microphone is like wide open. I don't know why. Thank you, y'all, for coming into the studio. I don't know why I did that. And and it's giving we a hard time. I think, how you doing, Mr. Wynn? How are you doing, Ms. Wells? Good to see you. How are you doing, Janae? Thank you so much for attending the 9 a.m. members only for the first time. We got to get Queen Howard back in there and get Miss Wells back in there. And the 9 a.m. Friday. Yes, indeed. And back in the 9 a.m. Friday morning. Good to see you. So and I grew up in this family that just wasn't into vacation. So starting my own business was very easy. To just go 30 years without taking a vacation. I don't remember ever, like, my father and mom just taking like 2 weeks vacation. So some of you have like 4 or 5 weeks. I mean, I know that my parents had to have like 4 or 5 weeks paid vacation by the time they got to um, retirement age. They had to, but they just didn't take it. And then my father was like the a president of several HBCUs. So I guess to him it was like, how am I going to take all these weeks of vacation off? I got to run things. So he had this paid time off, but he felt like I do. Like, I can take all the time in the world off if I want to, but I, I, I didn't work on Monday and it's Wednesday and I'm still catching up from Monday, from not working on Monday. Sorry, like I still feel it. Like it's just, I can't get it together just from that one day. So I don't know how people do it. I have like texts and stuff, like people still like that want when on Monday, which was a national holiday, when Monday at 9 a.m. immediately my phone started ringing. Personal phone started ringing. So I don't understand, how you all get to enjoy vacations. But for those of you who do get vacation, I hope that you really get to enjoy it. I hope that you really understand how blessed you are to be able to have a vacation, a staycation, anything. How blessed you are. What you say, we up in Stone Mountain, Georgia? Now, and we did, like, you're just amazing with your 2 full-time jobs. So I know that you probably, when you take vacation on one job, you probably work the other one. I don't know what you do. And I don't know how Mr. Maurice Jefferson just decides that he's going to take a 2-year sabbatical and then just pop back up on the scene. Like you haven't been gone forever. Just like that. He just pops back up. Well, we have missed you, Mr. Jefferson. Good to see you again. His life is good. So I must say that this is a topic that you all are much better at than I am. Because I know that you're more experienced at vacations than I am. Because I have not legitimately ever taken a vacation. So everything that I have to tell you this, it is based on just researching on how I think that you have to make sure you don't spend all your savings on it. Look, if I had my way, I tell you, look, I would tell you, Ms. Wells, don't spend any money on it. Just go outside in the backyard. It's being grateful for vacation or staycation, right? Exactly, Ms. Wells. Be grateful for a place to stay. I wish I could put that, we need to put that on a t-shirt. That you have a place to staycation. I mean, when the pandemic came about and people started actually staying at home, it's amazing how many people became hypercritical of their homes. Instead of like becoming hyper, like, wow, look at this. Look at how blessed I am. Look at how nice our house is. Look at how, look at how nice everything is. Aren't we blessed to have, nice cabinets? We have like 6 cabinets in the kitchen. Wow, this is nice. Instead, we only have 6 cabinets in the kitchen. We need to order 8. And then you start like scrambling to order cabinets and stuff, right? It's like, and then Mr. Jefferson, they started getting all, Home Depot was like, well, we can't come out for 2 months. We can't come out for 3 months. And they go, 3 months? And they go, well, if you give us a deposit, maybe we can fit you in next month. And then you give them part of your staycation money. And then they come out, and then they tell you, we'll deliver it in 2 years. I have one lady that's been renovating her kitchen for like almost 3 years now. How you doing, bestie? West East, that life indeed. 3 years she's been waiting on parts for a kitchen. Wow. Right, Tanae? Love your home. I'm glad you do. Stay at home. No cabin fever here. Good for you. You found every creak and crack and commits to replacing and repairing everything. No, you were the same, Star. That's the person I'm talking about. That's you. Hypercritical. Finding every creak and crack in the house and going to Home Depot looking for a creak and crack repair. Do you have a creak and crack repair for the window and the creak and crack? That was you, yeah, going and buying it. But you would have missed it and you didn't need to. The creak and crack could have stayed there forever. You're like, no, that creak and crack. Look, they told you, girl, if you didn't fix that creak and crack would have fell off. Your whole window would have creaked and cracked, didn't they? They said, oh, lucky you fixed that creak and crack. Oh, good for you. And then they started the windows. this, in the windows and everything. And then, but now, since you fixed everything in the house, now it's on to what? The vacation thing. So now they have 55%, according to the, of course, AAA survey, because what? They sell travel. They say more than half of the people say they're going to take a vacation. So that makes most of us, 1 out of 2 of us, feel left out. You better get your life together. Get out there and take a vacation. I mean, that's just amazing, But one thing I do realize that I think also I've spent most of my life alone. I just got married, over COVID, so that this is like, my daughter and I would go and travel, and it's different when it's a woman and you travel alone. I think it was totally different. And I think it's very expensive when you're a woman and you travel alone. Or especially a woman in a trial when you travel alone. Because you're not going to take the chances that a woman and a man will take. Like, I noticed that my husband and I, when we traveled, we got on inexpensive things like the metro. We'll get on public transportation. But I would not have taken my daughter as a little child and myself on public transportation by ourselves in an area that I did not know. So when I was researching ways to save money when you travel, a lot of them were things that I would not have done alone or would have done as a single parent. Do you all feel me on this? So I think that as a community, with a lot of the Black community having Black women who are raising children alone, I think it becomes important that we really buy into the importance of co-parenting. And one thing that I've seen research on how important it is that during the pandemic, that co-parenting, meaning parents that have children, 2 adults that have children together, that it is very important that they help one another. And even, you'll see success stories with people who take vacations together with their children. Even if they have children, they're like, if they have children together, but they're married to different people. Right, Queen Howard? These are things that we need to be considering on ways that we can save money and you can bring down, the cost. Versus a lot of us, like, the non-custodial parent will have to plan a trip, and then the custodial parent will have to plan a trip. So you have money coming out of the same basic bucket twice, when you could have the same money. What they say on average, it costs about $1,200 for each person a year to have a vacation. So if you're sharing that same child, you could split that $1,200 between the 2 of you, $600 a piece, versus you're taking that child $1,200. She's taking that child $1,200. So now y'all are spending, $2,400, and nobody's winning. Unless it's being saved for the child, where it could be another $1,200 going towards the child's future that could be going into their college fund. We definitely need to be thinking more in that area, when we're thinking about things for our, for our future, as we're planning on things that are for our enjoyment as a financial matter. Because we do need to have our getaways. But we also need to teach our children on how we can have peace, how we can communicate. Exactly, Ms. Wells. Yes, and you and your husband do a wonderful job on with couples and communicating. I can't wait for me and my husband to attend one of your couple sessions. But that would just be beautiful to see, like co-parenting. To you all to do like a co-parenting workshop and money for finances and co-parenting. We could do something like that together. So in staycation and vacation, I think that in a perfect world in which we can plan and create, a vacation is a better idea. What do you all think? I think the vacation is a better idea. I'm gonna just give you some thoughts on that, on why. Like, and honestly why? Because I do feel that we need some time to get away. And I was just thinking about that, like in I always have just felt like, oh, it's just a waste of money. We really don't need that. We're just, you have the house and you just go outside and everything's fine. But after, Michael took me away over the weekend, because all I could think about was Jerome Powell, who is the head of the Federal Reserve. Like, I don't know why. All I could think about interest rates and Jerome Powell and Donald Trump and January 6th and Joe Biden and things that you would never think some little black girl from Petersburg in North Carolina would be thinking about. And thank you as well. And then it felt so good, where he was like, let's just go away. And it just really, felt good to just escape into an oblivion of Lil Uzi and a whole bunch of hip hop and nigga. I don't know, but it did. It just felt good. And Mr. Jefferson was like, what'd she say? Yeah, it just felt good to just hear, like, look, but it just to be in a different world of just full of hip hop. But sometimes you need to get away. Thank you, Queen Harrison. Thanks, Michael, for taking her away. But I love rap music. At University of Virginia, I had one of their first, if not the first, rap shows, or hip hop or rap. It was rap back then. I'm that grown. Rap shows on their radio station that they ever had. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And yes, wasn't he good? I mean, were you there? Like, he was really good. And it just, that I needed a minute to just relax. So it was just good. And it was crazy because when I came back, and I'm always like exercising and everything, and when I weighed myself on Tuesday morning, when we got back, I had lost 4 pounds. 4 pounds just over the weekend. So it was like, I said, if I had stayed home and exercised every day, there's no way that I would have lost 4 pounds. And that was over the weekend. I wasn't even thinking about losing weight. And I just was relaxed and chilling, not thinking about food, just chilling, not going to the gym, just chilling. And we weren't, I never drink, never smoke, you know what I mean? We were just chilling. No drinking, no smoking, hardly eating, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling, listening to music and relaxing and walking a lot, grabbing the metro, and I think that's just a good example of We can have a good time. I wish I could have gone to like every young person there that was drinking and smoking and saying, look, you can have a good time without doing those toxins to your body. And the music sounds just as good. And I've been listening to it a long, long time. And I'm still enjoying it now. And I ain't been intoxicated. You know, ever. And it still sounds good. But we got to let them know, like, you know, you can go away, you can travel, you can have a good time, and you ain't got to get drunk and you ain't got to hurt yourself to do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's so good, Miss Spencer. Yeah, you did go away for your birthday. Yeah, y'all know y'all grown too. The Spencers were at the beach. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's so good. Mr. Spencer used to cut my dad's hair forever. My dad wouldn't go anywhere. But if it was somewhere important, he would go to Spencer's barber shop in Petersburg, Virginia, was going to cut his hair. He was in Philadelphia. If he was working at Howard, he would come down to Spencer's barbershop to get his hair cut. If he was working in South Carolina, he was coming to Petersburg, Virginia, Spencer's barbershop to get his hair cut. If he was going, I mean, it was amazing. Where he was coming there. That's, you know, you good when they coming like that. That's a blessing. All right, Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer still cutting. That's a blessing. So that's how you do it. That's how you do it. But, and they still, look, he's still taking vacation. That's a blessing. So, but, you know, I want to also, so I think that the vacation is important because it does give us that time to get away, get something else in our head, get something, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, the cuss words, but, you know, whatever relaxes you, gets you away into another set, and you're getting, you know what I mean? Just getting you out of what might just be your norm. And then, you know, so, because if you're like me, just where I've been working in my same environment. I haven't been going into any of my offices like I should. I haven't even been going into my New York office, and I should. I haven't been going into my DC office like I should. And I haven't been going into the Richmond office like I should. I've been working at home. And I got to go back into the office because I'm still paying for my office. You know, and Chelsea's still holding it down. But the others, the receptionists are there. But I need to go back into the office. So going out, like I have to go out more. So I'm just, you know, going to do more of just going out. And then my body just showed that from just having that positive reaction of just relaxing and that positive response of just losing that, you know, excess weight is such a positive response that, you know, just watch yourself. Like how, you know, what gives you the positive response? If you see something negative, respond, then you know you're working out of alignment. Even if you're discussing it, if you start thinking about, I need to go away and I'm going to take a cruise, and your blood pressure starts going up and you get a headache, don't take a cruise. Don't take a cruise. Obviously, you don't, you know, that's not a good idea for you. But if you say, you know, I think that I need to spend some time outside under the gazebo, and you get a positive response to that, do it and leave the cell phone in the house and turn it off. Like this morning, I went to a cycle class at the gym and took my cell phone into class. I was like, what in the world? And I started getting phone calls in the class. I was like, how did I end up with this cell phone in my hand? I never take the cell phone into a gym class with me. But I didn't think I was going, you know, and then I had a cancellation. So I was like, oh, I might as well just go into this class. Don't attempt to escape and take what you're escaping from with you. So don't take the laptop. You know how people think, well, you can just take your laptop with you to the beach. Bad idea. Don't take the laptop onto the beach, even though we can take the tablet to the beach. Don't take the tablet to the beach. No, no. And that's the reason where a staycation, even though you're saving money, it might not save your life. You might need the vacation in order to save your life. I feel like leaving town saved my life this weekend. Like if you might not, you might be doing things that are killing you spiritually, and you think you're saving money, but it might be costing you too much to be cheap. You're saving a little bit one way, but it's costing you your life another way. And I was explaining to a client, because she doesn't like her job, and she's now 62. And I said, please file for Social Security for me. And she said, well, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And I said, you cannot afford to continue to work at that job. And she said, well, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to quit my job. And I said, you can't afford to continue to stay at that job. And I just know more about this than you do. So trust me on this. Log into Social Security, decide what day you're going to start it, quit your job tomorrow. I've been doing this 30 years, y'all. And when I give those types of instructions, it's pretty much up to y'all to listen. But when you don't, you have to suffer the consequences. It's just pretty much like that. It's pretty much just like that. There's a certain, Queen Howard, it's just certain things, and it just flows. It just flows. I don't see how in the world we think that it's worth our while to go into something that's killing you, that is paying you the same or less than what you could get for not going. You can go and take a walk every day and get the same check that you've already earned. But you're going to still go in there and let them keep your check. And you're going to let them keep your check, but you're going to keep going in there and then eventually just pass out at your desk and just die. A slow death. A slow death. But they say to the frog is in the pot. And the frog just gets so comfortable that they don't even realize that the heat on the pot is getting increased. And they keep increasing the heat on the pot. And slowly, the frog is getting cooked. To the point where the frog doesn't even try to hop out no more. They don't even try to hop. Just sits. Next thing, they just eating frog leg. I'm sick. I see you down there, Miss Davis. I don't know. I'm going to see you. Look at y'all. Your pretty faces. Just hard to see y'all for a minute. Look at y'all.
Hey, everybody.
Y'all look good. And nobody tell you can talk. You always got something to say. I'm just joking. You so shy. You so shy. Say something, Mr. Jefferson.
Oh, I agree with you.
I know that's right, right? Have you
No,
seen it?
yeah.
Have you?
I did the same thing in January this
Good for
year.
you. Good for you. Good for
Uh,
you.
so it had reached a point on the job that things were changing. It wasn't getting any better,
Good for you.
and I said I needed a break. It wasn't coming because I worked all during the time during COVID and
Mm,
had to deal with a lot of things, going to different places, and eventually the because of the changes were not positive type changes, work conditions weren't getting better. People weren't making the better decisions about what was going on because there was things going on within the company. But most important, because I never had a problem wanting to get up to go on to work,
mm.
and it got to the point where I was, wasn't getting out the house like I should. Still did the work, but wasn't doing that, and it had reached a point to where it was affecting my work.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
and then they started playing little games, and then they thought that I needed that job. And once I had to do some things, some people wanted to play little games,
There you
and
go.
had to put an end to that. And then after that, put in my 2 week notice. Surprised
Right.
everybody because they thought I needed to keep the job, but nope, put it in,
There you
packed
go.
all the stuff up, and just left.
There you
Said,
go.
hey, now you have to solve the problem. You created the mess. It's not getting any better. You don't have solutions. So y'all deal with it.
There you go. Isn't it the
So,
truth? I don't know. Like sometimes people don't realize the character of the person. Sometimes people do not realize how strong you are. They really have no idea. And you have to, in return, we forget who we are. You almost forgot. You know what I'm saying? And then one day you woke up and you said, wait a minute, I ain't this guy. I'm not this dude. I'm not this dude. Like, I don't tolerate this type of behavior. And you stood up and you're like, and then look, matter of fact, I ain't gotta take this. I gotta check. I have a check. That's the blessing. Yeah, exactly. How valuable you are to you and your family. Yes. Life is so fleeting, fleeting. And our mental health. That's what got me. That's why I started my business. Because I saw my dad when he got so high up and and how disrespected he was, the higher you get up, like you get grown, like you're a grown man. And once you become a grown man, they become very disrespectful. Like, you know what I'm saying? They become like, they realize that they think that your self-esteem is very connected, you know what I mean, to that job. So when they'll start disrespecting you or stripping things from you, you know what I mean, that are connected to you. And I saw them doing those things to my dad, and it was hurting him so much, and there was nothing I could do about it. And I told myself that I would never do that. I would never put myself in that type of situation. And I was like, I won't give anybody's company that part of my life. He had given, you know what I mean, schools, all of this, his whole career, and they didn't care. He got to the end of 30 years, you know what I'm saying? Nobody felt like they owed him a favor. Nobody felt like they would, you know what I mean, had to look out for him. Nobody, it was like a bad movie. You know what I'm saying? Were you calling them? What was that movie I was watching the other day and it was like that? And the brother was calling around. What is the movie? And he was like, damn, nobody's gonna help me? What was it? It's at the movie theater now. And he was like, I was like, what's going on? Like, who's gonna help? Who's gonna help? I don't know, but it's a black movie that's out now, and I was like, wow. And there's like, you just don't. Oh, it's fleeting, but I'm gonna remember as soon as we finish. But it's a black movie that's out right now, and it's about a brother. Oh, it's a made up. No, it's not. It's at the he is not black. Adam Sandler has this movie, and he's calling around trying to call in favors because he had been working with the basketball league, and then he calls Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to help him out. And he's the only one that would help him out. You know what I mean? And Kareem says, come on out. Y'all know we owe him a favor, you know. And then he like gets this guy into the NBA, and you know, because Kareem, you know, stands up and says, you know, this guy can really play basketball, blah 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 blah. But you know, it's like when you get like, and Adam was at this point where it was like everybody was like, so we don't care, we're not gonna help you, you know what I mean? Even though everybody knew him forever, and that's where you know what I mean, that's where you are. But when you have your own business, it's you're not that, you know what I mean, you don't feel like you're not that dependent, you know what I mean, on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you feel you've built your own thing. And then I felt that if I become an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? And it's different because as an entrepreneur, you just you know, you have another level of uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have any, you know, I was so young, I didn't realize that everything has uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? I didn't appreciate that my dad had the uncertainty of, you know, depending on work and, you know, enterprise. But as an entrepreneur, you have another level of uncertainty. There is no certainty except for God, period. But you live and learn that. But I totally, you know, realize that as we're going through life, that, you know, we have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and not allowing, you know, your job to just pull everything out of you, you know, and that you're looking out for yourself and not allowing the job to pull down your health. And because too often that happens. If the job isn't good for you, you know what I mean? It's just not good for you. And we need to move from job to job more often. Don't sit there and try to accumulate 5 weeks of vacation. You need to be getting the maximum amount of income. You know, we focus way too much on, oh, if I stay one more year, I'm going to get 3 weeks vacation. You know what I mean? We need to be finding better opportunities. Keep the resume updated. Keep it updated. She said, Ms. Wells, you like that movie? It was cute, wasn't it? Adam Sandler is married to Queen Latifah. How about that? In the movie. I forgot what the name of it was. But yeah, it's on Netflix. But what a match. Like, who would put, only Adam Sandler would put him with Queen Latifah. Say amen. Amen back at you. Oh, it's Hustle. It's Hustle. Yeah, thank you, Miss Pritchard. Yeah, Hustle. But that is that definitely can be life. That can be life. That can be life. So back to, you know, anybody else have like a vacation story? Star, here you are about to retire. How many weeks vacation do you have?
I don't know.
Oh, that's right, because they changed it to like days and all of that. And
Yeah,
oh
I'm not.
no,
I'm not taking vacation. You know,
good,
my
good.
last year. So we usually get it.
They're
It
gonna,
usually adds up to about 3 or 4 weeks,
yeah, they just
but
pay
it's
you.
not
Are
a
they
day.
gonna pay you?
Of course, that's why
They're
I'm
gonna,
not taking it.
so
Yeah,
they're gonna, so when they pay you for vacation, the only drawback is that you lose half the time because you lose money because of taxes.
exactly.
So if you take the day, you get the whole day off. If you take their money, you only get half the money. So if you needed the day, it's better to take the day. Like
Hmm.
if you know need a day off, you know, take the day, because you lose by letting them pay you for it.
Right.
So I would think of a day, like if there's something you need to do, take your day. Think of something. Don't wait until after you retire to do something. Like if you're, you know what I mean, about to do something, do it before you retire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you're like, oh, I'm going to so and so. No, do it before so that you get, you know, you get it.
Right.
That everybody get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because she's gonna get it. Because you'll get the full day versus only getting half of the day because of taxes afterwards. And you're like, this is all I got. I might as well done that. Who's that? Oh, Jenny Jones. You okay, Jenny? I don't know. Something. Oh my goodness. Kenneth Jones. You know you're late. What's going on in DC? What happened, Mr. Jones? Huh? I'm trying to put on the headset so we don't get feedback. So all is well. Oh, you can't talk, or you worried about feedback? What if he said he couldn't talk? You can talk because I have on a headset. Get it? You can talk today. Talk.
He doesn't want to talk. Oh.
You can talk. You can talk. What you doing? You can talk. You can talk. I put on the headset so the feedback thing is not a problem. But I don't know. I think he got other issues. He trying to talk about he can't talk. So the I don't know. So what did the also, so we were talking about the advantages of the vacation, but also the disadvantage to vacation is just that they cost so much money. You know, the staycation, of course, if you know, but the vacations, of course, you are spending more money with them on average about $1,200 a person. Um, the You know, so of course, if you stay and just chill out and turn off the phones, you know, it will be less expensive. But you know, you are probably among those who like to convince yourselves that your vacation is cheaper than everybody else's vacation. You know, everybody always says, "Oh, but mine aren't that expensive because I just so and so and so, like, you know, oh, and we just blah blah blah, you know." And the Wells, they go on camping trips. They have 4 children, and they camp outside. That's what they tell us. They probably be going up to the Ritz-Carlton. They be telling people we just camping outside. They be like, wouldn't it be funny if we had them on camera and we followed them and they went to a luxury hotel? They said, oh, we're going camping for the weekend. She was like, no, we're not. We're going right up. They went to the Ritz, all 6 of them chilling by the pool and everything. Here come the Wells. She's like, we are not going camping with all these kids. We are going right to the Ritz. I can't take it. Well, they stayed one night camping, and after that one night, Jenny, she was like, we got to go in here.
Right.
She said, I can't take it. That's a lot. That's a lot. Would it be some camping with 4 kids? But if anybody can do it, the Wells can do it. The Wells can do it. Aziz and I went camping I think it was 2 nights. So, but look, it wasn't really camping. It wasn't on the ground. It was in a cabin. I don't count that as really camping. You know what I'm saying? They went in, and it had a shower. and a shower in the cabin. I was like, this isn't really camping. Oh, Star says she counts it as, but look, and I was that was like one of the worst weekends of my life. I was like, this is horrible. This is horrible. What mothers do? That was a Girl Scout trip. Woo. We try. What mothers do for their children. Yes, Miss Pritchard, it was close enough. That wasn't a vacation or a staycation. That was just called cruel and unusual.
Oh,
Mm. But we got through. Oh my goodness. So look, and then then there's those things like that. And then, so that, I think that the people who have the most successful vacation experiences are the people that are able to plan. Don't you think so? I mean, the people who just plan ahead, like, we have a member, Ms. Neville, and she plans trips. She's so good. The she just if she wants to go, like, where'd they go? She went to it was like somewhere. It was like out of the country, like, I don't know, like, it wasn't Costa Rica, but it was like Colombia or something, like Colombia. And then she's going to like Hawaii, later on this year. But they plan it, ahead, and her and a group of friends, and and they just put it away, and then they, so it's not such a big shock financially. And they go, yeah. So are you a planner too? Yeah. And they plan it, especially those of you who are on like salary. You know, as an entrepreneur, it's not like as easy to kind of plan. It's hard for me to know like what my whole year is gonna be like. Like now, at this point in my life, I have a little bit, more stability. But um, there were times where I would never like, oh, such and such a month. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be able to be away for a whole week and stuff like that. I wouldn't, we never feel comfortable doing something like that. Especially like saying for out of the country. I wouldn't have done it. But but for you, yes, Mr. Lewis, you know what I mean? Definitely you and your wife could do that. Yes, indeed. Yeah, plan and pay ahead of time. Y'all should do that. Like, maximize the benefits of your life situation. And I think that too often people don't do that. Like for me, the benefit of my life situation is the flexibility that I have. Like I was saying, that my client canceled today, so I was able to turn around and go into a cycle class. You know what I'm saying? I got that kind of flexibility. Y'all don't have that kind of flexibility. So I have to, you know what I mean, realize that, like, not just focus on, oh, I can't do blah, 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 but, realize, like, you can't do what I can do, and I can't do what you can do. But we all can do some things, right? And then we shouldn't do it because there are advantages to everybody's life. We just don't focus on that. Like retired people have certain advantages, and people that are working have certain advantages to their vacation. And retired people have certain advantage to their vacation. And I think retired people still should take vacation.
I do.
And and they still should plan it. Somebody came right into my headset. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Did I say,
Wow. I hear y'all in my headset now.
was it me?
Yeah,
That's
I hear you in my headset now.
okay.
I hope everybody else can hear y'all. It just switched over to my headset all of a sudden. That's the way it should have been doing, I think, the whole time. I don't know. I don't know. That's good. It sounds good. See, Kenneth? We got our technology down. We are all of that. Star, we are doing it. Afro economics. We're nonstop. Oh, look, we heard the sirens and everything. How you going to open up your mic and then we hear sirens?
That's over here on my side.
Oh, that's your sirens?
Uh-huh.
How dare you have sirens in Stone Mountain, Georgia?
Yep, we have them.
We only have sirens in DC.
I'm close to the main road.
Kenneth was like, look, I'm not even talking to you, JB. I don't know what you're talking about. You can hear my headset, but can you hear everybody else's head, Queen Howard? Can you hear my associates, Queen Howard? Can you hear Miss Davis? Oh, you heard the siren too, Star? Okay. But I want to make sure.
1 second.
I want to make sure y'all can hear everybody else.
Close that window down.
Yeah, yeah.
But that would be funny if nobody. I think they would have told me though. Oh, thank you, Queen Howard. She can hear it, and everything is official. And yes, Mr. Jefferson, her name is Queen Cynthia Howard, straight
Okay.
from England, by way of Pittsburgh. she's been sent here to represent England for us. That's right. That's right. You can look while you were gone. She said, "Sounds good. Thank you." Exactly. We've been trying hard. We were having like a crazy feedback for a minute. And when I called them, we streamed, they said, I think it's, I was doing it live without a headset. And they said, I think it's, you need to, and I don't like to do the headset because it crushes in on the fro. But today I sacrificed the fro and for your ears. See how sacrificing I am. All about the people. So let's look at, before you leave me, just some additional ways to save money as we're traveling. Of course, we know we want to try to travel as much as you can, not during times like this, I guess, because this is like probably the time of year that everybody travels, right? Because it's summertime, kids are out of school. And then you don't want to do it like during, or just like, it depends on where you're going, correct? Because if you were going to like Chicago, right? This could be peak season for Chicago, or maybe it's the good season. This could be a good, right? Maybe this would be a good time to go to Chicago. But try to travel to a place when it's off season to go to that place. Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Let me get Weta. That's not her. It's not Spencer either. Oh,
They're
wow.
still busy.
That was you, Mr. Jones. That was you. I'll bring you back. Let me go back to the tips before. What about like eating? Now I know that I made a point to like not eat at the venue. But I also made a point like that I was gonna eat part of Michael's meal and not eat my own meal. Cause I was like, I don't need to eat that much. You know, so if I eat part of his meal, I'll eat less. Thankfully, he doesn't eat that much. If I was in an eating mood, I wouldn't have let him do that. He's nicer than I am because I don't like to share. He'll share his, but I won't share mine with him. Isn't that something? But
That
he'll be
is
like,
something.
I know. I know. He'll be like, let me have some. I'm like, no, get your own, get your own, get your own. But if he gets one, he'll share with me. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me do that. I'll get some of his. But it also saves money. Look, then he gets to pay for it too. Oh, I don't want anything. Then eat his. So you don't have to spend any money. I'm fine. Then eat his. You can save all your money if you do that. Would it be something? Would it be something? Young men would be like, I'm on to her. She's like, every time you took a woman out, she'd be like, I don't want anything, and then she eats your food. Does she do that to you, Kathy? I'm not hungry, and then she eats your food. That's how we save money.
I don't want nothing.
And why are you on my plate? It's like, get them to pay for it. Exactly. But like, plan it and, you know, plan it out. Like, I know there was a time I didn't like going to like stuff, but you know, it's like easy if you only have one child. But I didn't like going on those trips where you have those where you go and you have to cook. But now I don't like going places where you don't have a kitchen. So it really depends on where you are on your health spectrum. Because now I want my own fruit. I want my own vegetables. I want to cook my own stuff. But I remember a time where we like, I only want room service. I don't want to have to cook this stuff. I don't want to so and so. But then now I prefer to cook. I don't like, you know, so it's it really depends. But you could save a lot of money and your health on a vacation by cooking yourself. And you'll feel a lot better upon your return by cooking your own food. We really could do better by having our own food. But I don't like Airbnbs. So I would rather like stay in like a hotel, like a Residence Inn or something like that. Like, you know, that has a kitchen in it.
Oh, you mean a good timeshare?
Or yeah, or if it were like a timeshare, if I was in it, but I hate timeshares. So I have paid for a client's timeshare, you know what I mean, to stay in it. But I don't like going to those meetings.
You don't have to.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you had a timeshare, I would like pay you to do your timeshare. Like, but I don't like timeshares. You know what I'm saying? But I like those places. I love the properties. The properties are nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want one for my own, but I love to help people with one.
Okay, got one for you.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I love to babysit. Look, I want to babysit. Exactly. You just don't want your own, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, exactly. But you have one.
Got one close by in Virginia for you.
Okay, you got one of them Williamsburg ones?
Nope.
Uh-oh. I thought Williamsburg was the only one.
No, you got to go west.
Uh-oh. Go ahead, Virginia. I didn't even know Virginia had all that. Good for them. Good
You
for
ever been
them.
up 81?
Not the mountains, though, right?
It's still located in the mountains, yeah.
Tennessee, like that? Like out there?
Nope, still in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Off for 81.
Is that their Virginia Tech? Like, that way?
No, not that far south. Got to come up
Ma-
north.
Massanutten.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Massanutten. Yeah, I had one. I had one years ago in Massanutten.
What did you do with it?
How'd we do it?
No, I was wondering what Star did. How did she get rid of it? Like, what happened? Oh, it
Sold
was
it.
in a divorce, like,
Yeah,
or
sold it.
you
Yeah.
sold it.
It was near Skyline Drive, that
Oh
area.
wow, wow,
What is it?
wow.
Caverns. Roanoke. What's the name of the cave?
Lorraine.
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 Yeah, in that direction. Nice.
Nice. Look at you, Mr. Jefferson.
I'll email you some pictures, and maybe you may, when it comes times when we want to rent it out, you may decide, yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice though for a long weekend, you know? Like,
You like it.
yeah, that's nice. That's so good. Because that's nice for us. Yep. So keep me in mind, definitely. That's great. Or somebody else in Afro economics. That's what we need to do. Support each other. Yeah. That's great. We do much of our vacationing with interval ownership where we travel all over. I love it. Aren't y'all good? We go, in Chicago, Arizona, Las Vegas. Aren't you a train trip? Go, y'all just good. But like you said, a train trip, that would be fun, wouldn't it, Marty?
Haven't done that in a while.
You've done that before?
Oh, when we were younger, we used to ride the train all the time, but I haven't done a train in, I don't know,
That's
40
so
years
good.
maybe. No,
That's
not
so
40, 50
good.
years. Haven't done one lately,
That's nice. Would
but may try one.
that would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But you have to be engaged, and you have to kind of close, you have to shut down. You have to shut down and look outside. You have to really be ready for the train. We have a member right now, Miss Charles is doing a bus trip towards Tennessee right now. Yeah, she's having a good time. That's so good. You should be out there right now, Miss Charles, hopefully looking at us. I don't care if you're not on that trip or not. Y'all not doing anything right now. What y'all doing? It's 9 o'clock at night. You should be in your room looking at me. Staycation, pack a basket. Bring your own what? Bring your own boyfriend? Is that what that means? What is BYOB? What you talking about,
Really?
Queen? What,
Really,
what, is,
JD?
what is she talking about? BO when you go swimming. Bring your own boyfriend when you go swimming? Queen. That's those food trucks and vendors are very high. So you gotta bring your own boyfriend. Wouldn't it be funny if I thought BYOB? Great, look, and then Ms. Wells said, great suggestion, Queen Howard. Look, she's supporting it. Bring your own boyfriend. Thank you all very helpful. Look, Queen Howard said, no basket. Bring your own basket full of boyfriends. Exactly. Bring a basket, bring a boyfriend for everyone. That's right. If you don't, what did the teacher say? If you don't have one for everybody, don't just bring one for yourself. Bring one for everybody. Fine. Yes. Make sure that you consider, like we did, public transportation when you get to where you're going. We got some Metro cards in DC, Mr. Jones. And I told Michael, I said, we got to give these to Mr. Jones. Exactly. Because we have money left on them. And Michael was like, I know Mr. Jones probably got a whole year worth. He got unlimited Metro cards. I said, I don't know about all that.
I had unlimited. It was revoked.
You know what I'm saying? And look, like, and then Michael is something else. He was like, baby, we don't have to put nothing on your card anymore. We're gonna use just one card. So when I go through, we're gonna scan it, and then when you come after me, we scan it. And that thing was like, bah, bah, go see the manager. Come see the manager. I was like, oh, we're in trouble now. We're in trouble.
I can tell you some stuff, but I would have to say it privately. I don't want everybody to know.
I don't think you can do that. Can you use just one card?
I just said to you. I'm going to say it to you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I don't think it worked. So the next day when we came back, it added money to my card. And I don't understand why they would let you come in without enough money and you can't get out. You know what I mean? That's stupid. If I have $1.75, it takes $2 to get out. Why would you let me come in with $1.75? And you know I need $2 to get out.
Because that there is a trick to that. That is not exactly fair to the people.
Yeah, I hear it now. We got pictures of mass and nothing.
When you do that,
pictures of mass and nothing when we've been there.
You're traveling during peak hours. So when you travel during peak hours,
some people that may want to
your fare goes up. Your fare goes up.
Mm-hmm.
When you go peak hours, the fare goes up to $2.
Yes, sometimes more. It depends on where you're going as well.
But I don't understand. Like they knew I didn't have enough money to get out. Why would you let me come in there when I can't get out? And there's no way to pay extra to get out. I just didn't get that. There's no way to get money to get out.
They don't get it either. They don't understand it either.
You understand what I'm saying? So he was trying to pay for me to get out, and they're like, Major, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So he couldn't pay for me to get out. Like, you know, so he said, well, I'll just put it on my card, and it wouldn't let him swipe his twice. And that was crazy. That was crazy, you know. But
welcome to my world.
I thought so. I was like, that's why it's really not designed, in my opinion, to get more Black residents to ride. I believe that it's designed to get people who work in DC to get home to Virginia, or people who work in DC to get home to Maryland. Don't you think? Because when you get on it, it does not have any signage for within DC. It has signage for Virginia. It has signage for Maryland. It does not have DC signage. It has no signage for Smithsonian. No signage for anywhere in DC. And so I said that to the lady. She said, well, it stops there. But that's disrespectful. That is disrespectful.
My question for you would be, the lady you said that to, she was probably a station manager, right?
Yes.
She doesn't know anything.
Yes. And she tried to disrespect me by humiliating me. So she comes down. She comes out. And she comes down, and she comes all the way down to the Metro, and she comes out, and she says, see, and she looks at the sign, and you know what I'm saying? And she does it. And I said, as Michael said, well, she was being nice. I said, no, she was humiliating me. She wanted to humiliate me in front of everybody because I was questioning. You know what I mean? I was questioning. And I said, all I want to know is, where does it say Smithsonian? Where does it say La Petite France, whatever. Where does it say blah blah? She said it's somewhere. It's nowhere. It's nowhere. I was like, it
Yeah.
doesn't. So how can you disrespect the residents of DC and only post everywhere that goes out of the district? That's all I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with what they're saying. I know exactly what they're saying. Yes, I do. That that
She
that
she
that
she
that's
she said it's somewhere. It's somewhere. And the reason that it stops there is because it has a white line right here, but it has no ledger. It has no ledger. I said I understand that you know what that white line means, but the rest of us we don't know what that white line means. Like you know what I mean. But I didn't want to say like, lady, like I got 2.5 degrees and I don't know what the white line means. Like you know what I'm saying. So you shouldn't have to have 2.5 degrees to, you know what I mean, not know what the white line means. All you need to have down here is that this white line means it stops at every stop. Or how about this? These metros stop at every stop.
see how you did that. That was funny.
Rocket science. This is how, you know what I mean? How do we get kept in the dark in our own chocolate city? How do we get kept in the dark in our own chocolate city?
Chocolate City is no longer Chocolate City. It hasn't been Chocolate City for
Amen.
a time now.
Amen. Amen.
So
Amen.
that's how.
Amen.
That's
And
the
but you
start.
want to help, the environment, and you want to help inflation, and you want to help bring down, you know what I mean? You want to help people who don't have high income, but you don't want to help a senior citizen be able to ride the metro because I don't understand how a little old lady would ever figure out how to ride this thing. I don't understand how she would figure it out. And you're mean and humiliating me.
And it's not that they're mean. It's just that they hate their situations and they take it out on you.
How you gonna hate your situation? And you
You
probably you making more money than me because I ain't even getting paid to be here. I'm
money,
getting paid. I'm paying to be here. So
right?
the only person getting paid to be here is you. And you mad? You got benefits. You know what I'm saying, lady? Look, I'm gonna tell you. You know what? You know what, lady? You are lost because I've been working every day of my life, and I don't have no government paid benefits. So you lost if you think. You know what I'm saying? That's what I could have told her. You are lost if you think I feel sorry for you. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You don't even know what entrepreneurship feels like. So all you gotta do is answer this question for me?
I'll be right back.
No. Can't I mean we're supposed to feel sorry for her?
Yeah.
That's sad. I feel sorry for the little old lady who really only has $2 because she can't buy $5 worth of gas. And the metro really would help her. That's sad. Mm, mm, mm. What did Miss Max say? You can add fare with your phone. But the little old lady can't add fare with her phone. She doesn't even know how to use her phone to do it. And she won't be able to use the phone to do it. And she can't even walk up there and get help.
Maybe she rides the bus.
I hope so. Look, and I hope that she has a better experience. It's sad. She better. I hope she rides the bus, and I hope it's easier. Yeah, but one thing I think they do have in DC is like a shuttle for seniors, where the shuttle will come to their house if they call ahead, and they'll pick them up at the door. I think one of my clients told me that they have a shuttle that'll pick up senior citizens. And I was like, I was totally disappointed with that. I was like, this is really sad. Like they don't, I don't know. I just feel sorry for people that just don't have, I don't know, just don't have support. I don't know how people that don't have like the ability to ask more questions get help. They don't know how to just, you know what? Tell me that one more time. We got it, but we just need to keep asking questions. Anybody out there listening, don't let people make you not get the answers that you need. Don't ever give up. No matter how bad, how much they make you feel bad, keep asking questions, especially when your money and your future is involved. They're going to try to humiliate you. Just keep asking. That's what you want. Whatever it is that you need, go in there and get it. Go in there and get it. Yeah, Ms. Davis said no questions are dumb questions. Even, they always say that, but they still, do a good job of making us look dumb. But a lot of times they do that because they really don't know the answer. And they really don't know the answer. And instead of saying,
I don't know, they will tell you some other stuff. Yeah.
Because the next day when I came down the steps and I saw Smithsonian on the wall. So when I said to her, like, where's Smithsonian, da 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 da, like, she said, I don't know, it's somewhere. She was irritated. It is on there, but it's at the step when you come down. It was on the wall, like on one of the poles. You know what I'm saying? But you have to come down. First of all, you have to come down the right set of steps. But it is like, it does have, you know what I mean? Those. But she just said no. Yeah.
Not only do you have to come down the right steps, you have to know the right color of where you want to go of the train you want to get on. And if the station manager you go to does not know that, you're not going to get that. So they're going to just send you downstairs.
Yo. And if you don't understand colors, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. And they don't print out anything anymore. So if you're like not from there and you don't get the whole color coding, you're not going to get it the first time you hear that. You're just not going to get it.
Now, some stations, some of them know their stuff, but
and they can explain it. You mean they know how to explain it correctly? Yeah.
But a lot of them, they're new. They're just coming off the bus. They're just coming off the bus. They don't know.
Like when I went to Baltimore, my uncle was a bus driver, and he taught me the entire system for Baltimore. But I think if he hadn't taught me, and like Mr. Jones was saying, and Mr. Jones is a retired DC bus driver, so their mind sees it differently, you know what I mean? And they probably don't see it the way a normal average person sees stuff. But my uncle explained it to me in such a way that it made the whole Maryland system make easy sense to me. He broke down the bus connection and the subway system for Baltimore. You know what I mean? And made it make great sense as a teenager for me. But if you don't get that right person at that right time in your life, it can seem really difficult. But I thought, I don't know, not to belabor the point, but yeah, I believe that public transportation is a beautiful thing. And I just love when I hear more and more clients tell me that they're taking advantage of it, because over your lifetime, you can save thousands of dollars using public transportation. If you live in an environment that allows you to use it, you can save so much money. We're spending thousands of dollars a month on insurance, gas, and vehicle expenses. Not to include maintenance.
One of the best things I loved about working for Metro was I can go to any state and ride their transportation system for free.
Mm,
For free.
wow.
Yeah.
Any.
Any.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's a blessing. That's smart. Yeah, but did you hear my story? I was telling you about my uncle. He retired from the Baltimore system.
No,
And
I was told I had to step out for a second. I didn't.
oh, but I was telling them that you retired from the DC system. But then my uncle retired from the Maryland system, but he passed away now. But he taught me their system. But and the connection between the bus and the metro so that I could work there,
Mm-hmm.
and leave his house, get on the bus, get to the subway, what I mean, and get to my job on the subway. And I preferred it, just over getting a ride. There was a lady that lived in the neighborhood and she wanted me all the time to ride with her. I preferred to get on the bus, get to the metro, and ride to the office because I just wanted to be by myself. But it just irritated me because she was always like, when we would get into the city, she would always hit the locks on her car. And you know what I mean? Anytime anybody black would come up close to the car, it just irritated me. Hit the locks when you leave your house. But just don't, you know what I'm saying? It just was just so, it just kind of got to me.
Mm.
As soon as the black man would get close to the car,
How about being a black man? You get in the elevator and two white women grab their purses, but
stop.
at the same time they smiling at you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones, I've actually seen them get off.
Say again.
I've actually seen them when they see what's about to happen,
And they get.
they just go ahead and get off. Mhm.
Okay, this about stop.
Yeah.
This about stop. No, that was
Yeah.
just stop. She was like,
Yeah.
that was good. Play it off.
I know what you're saying, man.
That
I
lady,
know
that lady,
exactly what you're
that
saying.
lady would go click, click. Here come the bros, click. So he was like joking, and they would just joke on black people at that firm like it was nothing. They had one time we were at this dinner, and they were joking on this Jamaican joke, and I was in like college age, I guess, and I don't know. I was like, do y'all like realize I'm black? They were joking on black men and sex penis size right there at the table, going on about, like, you know what I mean? Oh, it was something else, right? They're just going on and on and on and on this joke, and it was about a Jamaican guy, and they were, right there at the table, and I'm like, if I had a cell phone then, and that, oh my God, that firm would have got torn up. And they were like, ha, 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 right in front of me.
Good night.
Good night.
It was horrible. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. And at the end of the internship, they were like, wouldn't you like to stay and work with us next year? I was like, oh, yeah. You know what? This is the first time I really thought about that. I think I had blacked it out of my mind. Woo! You think how many times stuff like that has like happened to us in our life?
I have some stories. I do.
That's probably, you know what I'm saying? And we just like, but when we grew up in a time where we just kind of laughed it off, like, I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness. We're, like things now where women are becoming like multi-millionaires over things that we just fluffed off. Like, you know what I mean? That we're done. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have thought about suing nobody for it. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. Mm. That's why we need a vacation. That's why Maurice, look, that's why Maurice was like, I got to go, or I hurt somebody up there. Mm. Vacation, staycation, take a break. Keep your health right. You know, they were looking at this thing on an article about weathering. Have y'all heard about that? Like, they've done scientific evidence on the impact of Black life and how weathering of how being Black has impacted our life and our health and worn us down. And you know, certain things on because of now in health and now in government, especially in Virginia, they want to take out anything about Black, and they want to say that race and racism doesn't exist, and that being Black hasn't impacted us in health, so there's no need um, to have extra things for Black people in health, because you know Black people and white people are exact same from a health perspective, but there is actually evidence that you know weathering has impacted Black people from, like, you know, thinking about, you know, how long I've been exposed to racial slurs like that, and I've
But
had to just hold them, you know what I mean, just deal with it.
question.
Uh-huh.
So is weathering is that the same way as saying enduring for so long?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly, and
Okay.
just enduring it.
Okay.
And they, you know, they show where how it impacts you internally,
Okay.
and it could lead to, you know, and has led to certain health problems.
I can see that. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. And especially in Chinese medicine has done extensive research on that in Black men on in connections with prostate cancer and racial discrimination with Black men,
Mm.
and proven it. Um, and it's the you know they're you know the weathering. It's we don't take it as seriously as we should, and you know how we respond. So you know when people look at our community and they go, "Them Black folks stay drunk. They always drinking." You know, why did crack take off so easily? Well, when you have like a people who are trying to escape a beat down already, you know, it's easier to get them on something.
When you're trying to escape a physical, a mental, and a spiritual
Spiritual beat down.
down. Yeah.
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 Yeah, they'll do it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So and especially when your government's bringing it to you.
Yes.
Mm. So
Mhm.
something to pray about. You know, just stay prayed up and stay strong. You know, and you know, and that has a lot to do with it with me. Why I've always, you know, tried to stay sober and away from, you know, mind altering things because of that. Because I feel that I have to be as strong as humanly possible because I'm under so much pressure all the time.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
And anything other than sobriety, is weakness. No, I get up 4 a.m. and I go get strong. Help. We get after it. We got to do it. I wish I could get everybody to get after it with me. From the inside out. You know, the inside out. The inside out. Y'all have a great, great night. I love y'all.
Love you too. Have a good night
Yeah.
yourself. Stay
Thank
strong.
you so much. Stay
Right.
strong.
Good night, all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you,
Right.
thank you so much. Amen.
See you all Friday.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Amen.
JB, no music?
I hear it. You can't hear
Oh,
it.
you hear it. I can't hear it.
Poor thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I've been working the whole time. You guys have been talking.
Sounds so good to me. I'm glad you told me you couldn't. That's the only thing about the headset.
It's okay. All right.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Up, up, up.
You should have brought on
Woo!
strap. That's what you should have brought on.
Up.
Did you hear me, JB?
Let's go. Mm. Woo! Yeah.
JB,
You know that.
no.
It's your theme song. Non-stop. Non-stop. Non-stop.
All right.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. See you soon. Be good.